the way. So Cordelia, I was thinking agricultural studies, but then as a minor, I was thinking like, how would I even phrase this? American folk music minor. Throw in her meager talents.
Any instruments you would say she's specializing in?
Oh, probably the most obnoxious of them all, the banjo. Those things.
Banjo and harmonica duo.
Ooh, there you go.
Both at once. Get like one of those like neck braces that kind of like hold the harmonica up for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you've never sat directly next to somebody playing a banjo, it is an experience for the eardrums. Yeah, that's my answer. Where have they gone?
Hello.
I'm here. I'm just waiting for.
Sorry. Everything kind of froze for me for a second, and now we're back.
Oh.
Key.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome.
Thanks. Celia's is kind of really obvious. She would obviously have a Bachelor's of Arts. Bachelor of Performing Arts. Specialty in dance. Ta-da!
Oh, maybe not just dance.
Dance.
Fair enough. Fun. And any minors you want to share?
What would you pick as a minor?
Not
Maybe
as a minor, but
religious
as something
studies?
that she would do. You could see her doing like a slam poetry thing in a coffee shop.
Yes, absolutely.
Slam poetry on Sundays. Sunday afternoon.
And Cordelia could do mood music to go along with it.
Oh god, with their banjo?
Banjo mood music. Banjo ambiance.
Absolutely.
Did you have something else you were thinking?
Maybe also kind of depending on where this is at in your life. Religious studies?
That's also fair. That would depend on her time and
Yeah.
how she has developed and where she is and even where she will develop too. Who knows?
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with.
All right. Both are us.
Okay, there it is. It helps if I push it to talk. Okay. So, no, because in the one I'm thinking of, it essentially be a three-way tie between what I'm assuming his friends would do, because this is not something he'd do on his own. This is something he'd be talked into by his old friends. So it's either business administration, economy, or something of that sort. Essentially, they're building each other up by taking one path of necessary to, essentially be the supporting pillars of their own little thing. But he'd definitely take a minor in religious studies.
Fun. Start his own business.
Yeah, essentially becoming a partner in the business with. Yeah, like the. I'm trying to think. He's Clive and Sembry would definitely be in there, but I'm thinking they're the ones who might take like the more basic or advanced stuff while you take the simpler stuff.
Yeah.
Clive might just like go into engineering and stuff like that just to make his own shit.
Handy fella. But no, yeah, that's fun. I guess, yeah. You said the religious studies was the minor that you were thinking of. All right. Well, is there anything anybody would like to go over at the moment before we get
Other than
started?
the historical moment we were graced with last session, can I get a hell yeah?
No one knows any of that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You know Cordelia's spider senses are tingling. She knows.
Aren't they always
Sneak it
there?
out. Romance in the air.
Actually, this is a question. Celia, you wear any lipstick?
Probably, yeah, she does.
And I guess a roll.
I don't think it was that intense of a kiss that it would transfer.
Fair enough.
Okay, how high quality of lipstick you wearing, girl? Like, because if it's that cheap stuff, it transfers easy.
This is actually, unfortunately, very true.
Yeah, and it would
to
be.
Figure that out the hard way.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll a d20 and I'll say if it's below a 4, then there's some trace. Not like it's super obvious, but like there's a little bit of a trace. Okay, that's a 12. You're good. You're good.
Darn.
Okay, well that's the thing. If there's none on me, but does it mess hers up anything?
Mine smudged.
Depending on
Oh
what kind
no.
it is.
I'll let you decide that at this point, Celia.
Let's roll for it.
Roll for smudge.
Why do I have to decide anything? You know what? This is why. That was a 1.
Oh, damn.
This lipstick is not great
So
quality.
So you're
It's a
wearing like
little-
that Joker lipstick right now.
I want to know how I got these scars.
Oh god, I don't think it's
That's
that dramatic, but no, definitely.
no. A little
If
bit.
someone looked close enough, they could tell that something happened with her lip.
So how perhaps once we get into it a little bit, some perhaps investigation rules may be made.
Yeah.
But to pick up where we left off, last session, the duo of Othronus and Celia had gone out for a perhaps romantic, perhaps not, depending on how they were feeling, which definitely landed on romantic later on. They decided to go for a walk. I think meandering was the word we used, through the city, discussing a variety of topics, including why Othronus left and what I think plans going forward, I believe, is one of the topics that was discussed. Just kind of having a nice evening to themselves. They eventually landed at a restaurant up in the Sea Ward. Had a nice dinner with some pretty nice food. Othronus notably saw a figure similar in description to the one that was spotted on a nearby rooftop during the time of the explosion. Didn't get a super good look at it before it disappeared. He also, rolling a nat 20, he also got a glimmer of information that he had not remembered before that kind of sprang into his mind of someone discussing something that may look like that relating to one of the parades put on by the Sea Maidens Fair. They began to return for the evening, with Ronus not sharing this sighting. That's the word. And with the discussion turning more and more romantic, eventually, shortly before arriving back at the manor, they shared a brief kiss.
Michael, you went to your radio voice there.
Nope.
And as the conversation got more romantic, they shared a brief kiss. It sounds there's a radio host at one of my local stations, and she talks just like that.
Peened in.
You'll tune in late enough.
Just briefly, Crystal and I have both listened to the Adventure Zone all the way through, and hopefully you will too someday. But definitely channeling Griffin's DM monologue voice a bit, and also Matt and other DMs, and just narrators in general. I try. Thank you for acknowledging I am going in that. I'm trying.
Well, you're succeeding.
Meanwhile, Cordelia, and I think we'll kind of follow Cordelia's perspective, kind of going back into where we left off. Cordelia had been kind of keeping an eye on Zam and just kind of hanging out with Chanza and Lif, notably playing cards, I believe, talking a bit about what may or may not be happening. Cordelia, I believe, was very much under the impression that it was a romantic getaway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Though she has not had this suspicion confirmed at this point in time.
Nope.
The suspicion is very much there. Meanwhile, you got a knock at the door from a familiar face, a Rainier Neverember, which asked to step inside so that he may discuss some things. And it was not long after sharing with him that the other two were out, and a few kind of bits of catching up, that Orthronus and Celia returned to the manor. Rainier leading into this conversation with a very dramatic, "We need to talk." And that is where we're picking up.
Woo!
I didn't hear about what had happened until late afternoon. I checked in on a few things and made over. It seems like everyone's fairly all right. Is Zam all right? What's his condition?
Well, he's snoozing right now, and he's not talking, but he's what's the word? He's stable, I suppose.
I suppose that's good. What about all of you?
Yeah.
How are you all taking this?
I mean, we're fine. We're okay. We'll bounce back.
Okay. Athronis, Celia, are you all right?
Alright, so we're in. Have we walked in, or this is what we're hearing as we walk in?
You have walked in. We're kind of picking up where we left off. He's again checking in with everyone. I think he has, just for context as well, I think he had shown up a few times after the tavern opened, but he has been fairly absent for a good couple of weeks. Actually, for probably more like a month since the tavern opened.
Busy, as nobility often is.
Hello, Rainier. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Your tavern, the porch seems to say otherwise.
Well, insurance will cover that.
Do you have any idea why this may have happened? I don't mean to intrude, but just...
Are you also going to be one of those that thinks that we have something to do with this? Because I'll be real honest. So far, no one has given me a good reason as to why they think our tavern is involved, other than someone was running towards us.
Someone was running towards your... You can... I asked around a bit before coming here, and I think I may have a suspicion of what may have happened. What was the situation in front of the tavern? Especially if somebody was running towards... Can you describe the people that were approaching?
Well, they're dead.
That would make sense.
It was a halfling, right? Out of character?
No. And then
no.
2 Zentarim is what the suspicion is, and 1 that got away. 1 supposedly with the Zentarim, the 2 that died. There were 3 and 1 survived.
And then the mystery person on the roof, or so this mystery.
Mystery puppet as well?
Mystery thing? Maybe just mystery.
The lady wasn't really clear. They just said they saw a figure on the roof that moved like something crazy.
She was being ever so dramatic.
She sure was.
I mean, how common is that?
I mean, again, she was, I think Cordelia rolled high enough and discerned, oh, she was one of the actresses in the opera that you guys went and saw. So,
that's right.
Oh, so
somebody
she's
from
very
the opera
dramatic.
She is dramatically inclined.
Unless that's what she was describing to be as an actress, she could fake observing something that it actually wasn't in order to create a false witness.
She was acting.
Big brain. Yeah.
So we can't trust actors.
That's what actors do.
Is what you're saying.
No,
Actors
they're all shady.
The worst. Actors suck.
No, it's that they're just too good at acting.
Yeah. Stuck in the lie. Anyway, so it's the mystery on the roof, according to the actress. There was the 2 dead bodies, suspecting of 1 that ran away. Actually, that was, to go over, Fala, after her kind of greenhouse window was blown in, she kind of looked up and saw, very briefly, somebody running away from the scene of the crime. And gave, I think, a bit of a description, though none of you recognize him. And then finally there was the gnome, who I believe, Cordelia, I believe you had noticed his boots were covered in, or kind of caked with a little bit of sewage, who was, slumped against your door.
Right.
Giving these descriptions to Rainier.
Just be a mudlark.
Given all of the information, just want to say that you're just transfer all that into Rainier. His inventory of clues.
Matrix style. I know Kung Fu.
The dialogue option at this point is just the in parentheses, tell Rainier everything you know.
Yep.
And there's another one that's like, tell Rainier some of the things you know. I mean, if you want to just
tell him everything they know, tell them everything you know.
Ooh, good options, good options.
And I'm telling them everything that was told to us by, everyone else.
Yep.
My version of events may have a few extra details that I've not yet divulged.
Yes. So it's the mystery figure, the Zentrum, and the gnome. That's what you're sharing?
Yep.
Okay. I think with that, Rainier kind of like takes a moment and like paces a bit and kind of like rests his arm, I think, probably against like the mantle of the fireplace, which I assume you probably have going. It's the colder winter months, so there's this kind of flickering light ambiance. It's like a harvest.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Do you have chestnuts roasting on the open fire?
Explosions nipping at your nose.
Specifically Zam's.
Mm-hmm.
With that, Rainier kind of looks contemplative for a moment. I don't know if anybody like pitches in, or do you guys kind of let him cook?
I mean, Cordelia might like tug on his jacket. Rainier, you all right? You need yourself a swaller or some Jim Beam.
Yes, Cordelia.
And then obviously needs a drink.
I wouldn't turn it down, though.
Cordelia immediately goes tick 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 tick, and comes back to you.
Yeah, he'll wait. It's like, oh, I was gonna. Oh, okay. And then kind of fill it back up. It's like, oh, thank you.
Anytime, honey.
Thank you. When my father was ousted from Waterdeep, I thought he was gone from my life. His shadow was gone from this city, but I do truly wish to have nothing to do with him, but his spies have been hounding me for a long time. I think that may be part of why the Zentrum and the Xanathar guilds were searching for me. My father has a spy. Well, if I'm right about this, had a spy. A gnome named Dalakar. He'd been watching over from the shadows. He'd been watching me for months. But about 10 days ago, he was nowhere to be seen. My father didn't trust many people, but he trusted that gnome. After he disappeared, I spoke to a few of his friends. Apparently he was on a... He kind of looks down back at his drink. I think looks at the actually, I'll ask... here, let me roll for this. I'll ask this, if anybody... has anybody like shooed like Cordelia, or not Cordelia, Chanza or like Lif out of the room, or like
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't think we've been given a reason to.
No. Okay. I think Chanza. I think. She kind of steps back a bit, because it seems like this is kind of getting into some stuff. I spoke to his friends, and it seems he was on a mission to find and retrieve the Stone of Galore. He kind of pauses, and I'm gonna also just put a pause because it's been a bit. Do you all remember the stone?
The most
The deal with the
tasty
stone?
rock candy you've ever had.
Rocks. I'll just kind of recap this again, since it's been a bit. The stone, I think Rainier had spoken about this back shortly after you first met him. The stone seems to be the key to finding, of course, magical stone. The stone seems to be the key to finding the treasure, the 500,000 gold dragons hidden somewhere in the city. I don't think, when Rainier mentioned it before, I don't think he knew a ton about it, but that it was the key to finding it. It's kind of picking back up. I think
Okay.
it sounds like he was afraid that the syndicates, the Zentrum, the Zentrum and the Xanathar were close to catching him. When he had heard about my kidnapping, I think he was asking those mutual friends about the people that had come to my rescue. I think he thought that he may be able to hire you to deliver the stone to my father. I think that's why he was coming to your door.
Huh.
So, if a feller who looks like you, but significantly older, comes asking for any assistance, we should say no? Is that what I'm getting from all this?
My father has been ousted for the city due to his embezzlement, and he's currently the lord in Neverwinter. I doubt he would make a personal visit to speak with you. But, I mean, if that were the case, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would appreciate it. I wouldn't trust him if I were you.
All right.
Are you trying to ask us to find this stone?
He kind of pauses for a moment and takes another sip of this drink. What have you brought, Rainier? Cordelia?
Jim Beam with a nice big ice cube.
Wait, Bean?
Jim Beam.
Oh. Oh, Bean.
Look, I might not be much of a drinker, but I know that much at least. After years of thinking it was Jim Beam until I finally saw the bottle.
I think, like, the first time you said it, like, it cut out a little bit with the Jim part, and I just heard a beam. Except I misheard bean. So I was like, you just gave him a glass of beans with an ice cube in it?
Delicious.
Absolutely.
Drink up.
He goes to take a sip, and then he kind of, like, smells it, looks down, it's like, what the fuck?
So it's kind of like just a glass of peanuts.
Oh, it's not like the canned beans. It's like the just like not. I mean, it's like just
Fermented
loose,
water left
loose
over from
beans.
boiling beans.
No, that Jim Beam.
Now you might
made-
notice slight oak and hickory notes. That would be from the can that it was cooked in over a fire.
hickory wood.
Yep.
Yeah, like turn into a sommelier of beans.
hmm
I'm detecting a smoky hickory scent. cooked alongside grits. Am I detecting a hint of bacon? No.
Yes,
Pork
yes,
shank.
bacon. Mm-hmm.
But that one's obvious.
Sommelier of beans.
Yes.
He takes a sip at this. Once again, I'm not going to speak of what you should do, but that treasure is driving a hole in this city.
Well, I've come for a treasure hunt.
I shudder to think of what would happen if it's turned to the hands of the wrong people, but if we could get the chaos in the city to an end, lives will be saved. Now, what I may do with the money would certainly be different from what you would do, I'm sure. Granted, I have my needs met for.
How excited is Cordelia about the thought of a treasure hunt?
Okay. The national anthem is just beginning to play ever so softly in its building. You hear an eagle screech in the background as Cordelia slowly stands on top of one of the tables. Da, 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 da. The American dream. The Waterdeepian dream. I don't know what the country's called.
Invaded Faerun.
The dream of all those who come from humble beginnings and adventure.
I'm curious, did
like...
she magically change into like different gear and dress like to go adventuring through this?
Mm-hmm. Her hat just magically floats on top of her head.
Somehow, like 3 bald eagles have materialized in this room. They all start screeching in unison.
Uh-huh.
There it would be as big as she would
looks
be,
down at Rainier. Good sir, if you want a treasure hunt, you can count me in. Then it all suddenly dissipates, and she's still just staring intently.
A very direct look in her eye. Okay, are you saying something along those lines for real?
Yes. Absolutely.
So are you just saying that just without the? No, that's fine. All right. Well, it seems like she is interested. I admit I don't have very many leads in what I have shared. But I think if anybody, you 3 probably stand a good chance at finding what has happened.
Celia's story.
So, I'm not really kidding. There are those that are interested in finding or recovering or stealing this gold. I'm not certain, but I think you 3 could just be the ones to pull this off.
We are mighty flattered. And of course we can make this happen with my determination and lovely Miss Celia's brains and Arthronis's. And she just like reaches out and just like gives his bicep a little honka honka. Arthronis's muscle and yeah, us 3, we can make it happen.
If you are intent on pulling this off, I do have a few additional small things that I may be able to share about the stone. But are you all certain this is what you wish to do? I'm sure you all have other goals you will probably be striving for as well, but I don't want to make you all targets if that's not what you want.
I feel like Cordelia is going to say yes regardless. And someone should be there to make sure she doesn't die.
Celia, you do care.
I just don't want to run this tavern on my own.
Oh. I knew you cared. And she just reaches out for a hug.
Oh, awkward head pat.
Aww.
Rainier just kind of like takes another sip of his drink. Kind of like looking over at Athronis is like, are you? What's going on here?
I'll help as best I can, but I'm currently aware of how many people are actually looking and what they'd do if they caught a hint of anything you just said. So.
I think the spies honestly have been checking in on me and probably on my father's orders. If I had to guess, probably he's concerned for me. As twisted as he can get at some points in time, he does seem to have some modicum of care, but ultimately I think he's done more harm than good. Any of these spies that have been spotted probably led credence to the idea that I do have more information than this. And admittedly, some of the information I have to share isn't exactly unique to my knowledge.
Well, it'll be new to us, so...
That is fair. Alright. Well, if you all are interested in then pursuing this, what I know is that the stone is small, about kind of, and he like measures with his fingers about like 4 inches, kind of long, kind of like about this big. But inside, magically sealed, is a creature, and outside of this realm's an aboleth, and it is that is being used to store the information of where this vault is hidden. Any who wields the stone for a long enough time, attuning to it and its knowledge, will gain the knowledge of how to find it, but only for so long as they remain so attuned.
Wow.
I don't know for certain, but I know that aboleths such as this tend to when left unchecked, they unwind the mind, perhaps. So it would be good to approach it with caution. Other than that,
Caution is my middle name, Rainier. You needn't worry about a darn thing.
Rainier pauses and takes another sip of his drink. Well, other than that, this is more suspicion, as we do not know much about this vault and what is the mechanisms keeping it safe and what is even inside other than the embezzled gold. But we have no indication of whether the stone itself opens the vault or merely leads the way. It may not be the end of the journey. Or, well, hunt.
And do you have any ideas on where this stone could be now?
Well, if Dalakar had a stone, and if my suspicions are right, and those Zentarum near him were after the stone, if what you say is correct about the third Zentarum fleeing the scene, it is more than likely that whoever he is has the stone. Gods know where he took it.
Are there any strange riddles or other things to point us into in the right direction?
Unfortunately, my father's the one who had the penchant for riddles, and I don't have the knowledge of what the answer would be even if I did.
Is there anything weird that he used to say?
My father?
Yes.
Not that comes to mind. If I had to guess, though...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not certain. Looking into Zentarum activities may help, but that strange figure, perhaps investigating into it some more may lead to further discoveries. Otherwise, did you have more details about this figure that had run off?
No. Really?
I will have you guys actually, and I think it was Cordelia definitely heard the kind of description that was given. I think Celia and I think Othronis had already kind of started talking with Frank by the time she started kind of shouting about it. So, does that sound correct, Othronis? So I think you kind of were gone at that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, so I will have Cordelia and Celia. You can roll history checks to kind of determine how well you remember the description. No, it was Fala. Actually, never mind. It was Fala.
Yeah, it definitely was not me.
It wasn't the woman who was kind of screaming about that. It was Fala who had seen the figure, and I think Cordelia, you go on and roll a history check to determine how well you remember kind of the description that you were given.
Okay, that is a 7. I'm so sorry.
You're kind of able to give a few details, but you're not really certain if that's going to be enough to like help. Like, you don't necessarily think Rainier will be able to, like, if you give him a lineup, if you'd be able to like pick him out. Or anything along those lines. So, who did you say got the image? Who saw this figure?
Follow?
I don't believe we had the chance to. I don't believe I had met this fellow. Is she nearby?
Yeah,
Perhaps?
she's just down the street.
Oh.
And it's this cute little shop. Herbs and tea and things like that.
Herbs. Not the one with the greenhouse, right?
Oh, that's her.
Ooh. I can go and check in with her and see if she may remember that figure. Otherwise, I'm not certain what else. Is there any leads that you three can think of?
Cordelia shakes her head and then looks to Celia and Arthronis.
Not unless you've heard anything else about Puppet? Cordelia, is that what? Something on the roof.
Yeah, puppet thing.
Acting
How
like a puppet without
uncommon-
strings.
How uncommon is that?
The puppet? Are you asking?
Random stuff that happens on the roof.
Are you asking any like Rainier, or just are you asking like out of game?
Right near, but I can like it's you could anyone else could hear this question.
Well, I mean, people are able to get up on the roofs, but typically the Griffin Riders tend to try and keep people from causing chaos on the roof. Probably wasn't up there for too long, or at least had hidden itself on its way to its destination.
Okay, and hypothetically, and I tell them about what I saw on the roof during like less than an hour ago, maybe.
Yeah, during the date.
Essentially, yeah. Hypothetically.
And okay, so
in this hypothetical, I also use it as an example. I only caught it for a glimpse of a second through a window of like a place I was leading, hypothetically.
Okay, so you're doing so hypothetically, if I saw this thing, like you're doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, giving like the details of memory without admitting that's what happened.
I'm gonna have you roll a deception check to see how convincing that is, because I think that's pretty suspicious in general. Sorry, Celia, were you gonna say something?
Regardless of what the deception roll is, she would probably just say, hypothetically, that sounds like something we should go investigate further.
That was a 22 on deception. It's one of the few things I'm good at.
Rainier, I think, would ask, well, where was this? Where would you have seen this?
Hypothetically, this happened in the C ward.
Perhaps it has some sort of hideout in one of the buildings, though it would need help. It would have those buildings, they're not left unattended. It would have to be hiding in some attic or basement somewhere, I would imagine. But perhaps, I'm not certain.
Right, and I just turned I guess it'd be Cordelia and Celia at this point and just say, so hypothetically, I may have a lead if y'all don't have anything else you want to do tonight.
Ooh, hypothermically, that sounds great.
Let me roll for just something for Rainier. Perfect 10. Okay. I think he just kind of stays at the moment. Doesn't think of a thing.
Cordelia, I want you to know I laughed so hard I woke up my cat.
Oh, really?
Kitty.
Oh, poor kitty. Sorry, kitty.
It is the price of D&D.
Yep.
So Othronus has a hypothetical lead.
I mean, did anybody beat the deception check?
I think Celia was like already suspicious, which is also fair considering you basically described the date that just went on.
Like, a part of it.
Yeah, no, my insight was only an 18. So no.
I mean, I'll roll
Right.
for Rainier, but I
Any-
don't.
Yeah, any other leads? Anyone else?
So right now we have Bala, who may have gotten a visual on the third Zentrum person that ran away, and a potential lead on a hypothetical figure acting oddly on a roof.
I can go speak with your friend, and I can run his description by some acquaintances with the Harpers. Which as just as a recap, the Harpers are one of the factions, particularly the kind of spy helping people from the shadows sort of.
Right. Garfield introduced this to us, right?
Rainier introduced you to Mert,
To him.
To Garfield.
yeah, Garfield.
Yeah, I'll never not
Human-
call him Garfield. That's just what it is now.
Human Garfield.
I feel so sad that like we kind of failed the mission we gave us.
I mean, at least the crops aren't getting destroyed anymore. You took
Yeah.
down
Yeah, but there's a
the
hag on the
scarecrows.
loose. There's a hag on the loose with like an offspring now, so you got to deal with that.
You know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
That'll be like the third campaign that these characters are in. We're like level 14, and that's when we come in. Like, now you got to deal with like a hag crowd,
Eesh.
a coven of hags.
Oh no, consequences of our actions. They've caught up.
My.
Damn it! There's this little TikTok thing I'm trying to find, and I know it's horrific. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions. What's up? What you want?
How's it going? Consequences of my own misgivings. So Rainier, he's offering. I can go and speak with your friend. Run his description past some acquaintances. See if anybody's seen anything. You go on ahead and either now or in the morning. Though perhaps it may be best if this figure is going to move on, try and pick up the trail while it's still warm.
Sounds doable.
It's odd that he would have followed you on a date. It didn't seem like he was targeting you.
No, this hypothetical happened when like someone caught a glimpse of someone. No real connecting factors other than they just, identified each other for a split second.
All right. Well,
As far as I know, I didn't see them aiming any weapons at us, so.
I'll see what I can find. I doubt I'll be able to get back to you tonight, though. Probably sometime tomorrow or perhaps the day after.
Double check. I didn't see like any red dots like floating like at me or at Celia during the date, right? Or like anyone else was being targeted or assassinated before they left.
Well, now that you think
Did
about
another
it,
fireball go off right as we were leaving that building?
Like, so I'm trying to think. Like, did we overhear while we were leaving? Like, someone say, "Oh my God, so and so was found dead in like the alley or the bathroom or the kitchen."
Garfield is found dead in Miami.
Oh no, get down!
Like any other way
no.
to scream, like for the guards, help, murder.
No, you. I think it was a fairly peaceful walk. So, no, I do not believe you heard any murders that were happening. You probably heard somebody speaking about the commotion in Troll Skull, and probably maybe like a few things that had been happening in the city, like particularly in the lower wards, in the field ward above. But that's just kind of been how things have been for a bit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a place I think we should go investigate. No longer speaking hypothetically.
Shall we
Okay.
go now?
Sure.
Probably, yeah. Just straight up admitting, yeah, during our dinner, there was someone who matched that description, and I give them both all the details of like how they looked.
All right. So yeah, it was again very much silhouetted, but it was less in like the way they looked and more in like the way that they kind of moved was kind of a bit more rigid, like you may say a puppet.
I was gonna ask, like, are we talking robot or like if you've ever seen like an actual puppet move, like with puppet strings?
Probably a bit, like a little in between, but leaning more puppet.
So like Team America or
Kermit the Frog. No. It didn't move too much while you were looking at it. You kind of saw it for like only like a few seconds, but it was like the way its armed move was stiff. So kind of like it moved weirdly. I should have the words, but I do not have the words in my head.
That's okay.
So, unless you have anything else you'd like to discuss with Rainier, he's going to head out. Kind of, if there's anything you want to bring up at the moment, now would be the time.
I don't think so.
hey Rainier, and this is gonna be in a more hushed whisper, and I tell him about if he knows who would be able to get their hands on a necklace of fireballs.
Oh, that's right.
Kind of quizzically, it's like, are you suspecting that was the means used for the destruction here?
Hypothetically, one of those may have been found discarded at the scene.
Hypothetically. Well, adventurers may come across odd items like that out and about, but typically in the city, the nobles, and frankly the paranoid ones at that, if you wish to simply have the ability to cast Fireball, there are other ways of casting that spell. There are other ways of attaining that, but it's almost
Simpler,
way of,
easier just hiring someone who can do it.
yes. It almost makes me think that, given the circumstances, that this was something, well, obviously on the hush-hush, but someone who didn't want this word about this getting out. They had something like this on hand.
I mean, they had something to use as I hope this would be a last resort and not the primary, but they
Yes.
had the person who they were chasing, the person being chased, and then the final, individual who made sure nothing got said.
It's a, well, perhaps its means aren't subtle, but it's almost as if the people that use them are willing to... Sorry, I'm looking for their words again. They are willing to let themselves be seen if need be, but are trying to be subtle until that point. It may be dangerous when backed into a corner. That's just a theory, but something to keep an eye on.
And also to be wary, because I don't know how easily they got these level of items that they have more at their disposal.
There certainly would be a great many fines and complications to get an item like this in the city through, well, legal means. Well, like that. Sorry. He does not see the item, so he doesn't say this.
Yeah, I've got someone looking into the other way of getting them in, but for the most part, figured you should know as well.
Thank you. I'll keep an ear out if I hear anything with that. So I assume you guys are getting ready to go. Rainier, unless, again, anybody has anything else they want to bring up, Rainier will step out at this point.
Cue the Indiana Jones theme song.
But,
I mean, first and foremost, I'm going to go and change and, put on my better suit.
Nice. Actually,
fancy.
Shanza will shortly after things kind of started, she kind of slunk into kind of a nearby room, a hallway, kind of not wishing to kind of be interfered. She kind of, now that Rainier has kind of left, she kind of steps back in, says, I assume everything is all right. Is it?
Yeah.
If you want to tell her, I think it'd be fine, but if you want, so she has the plausible deniability.
I think I would leave that much up to you.
Celia looks extremely conflicted.
Whatever you choose.
They're making me choose? Damn.
Ew.
Have fun, I'm gonna go change.
Asking a woman where she wants to eat for dinner.
Exactly, I'll be down in like 5-10 minutes.
Oh, it's gonna be long. Not kidding. But no, yeah. Shanza kind of asks, I heard a little bit shortly after he arrived. He seems like a nice enough fellow, but I just want to check in that you are doing good, and that you are. This is, again, I did not hear much, but it seems as though you have something you wish to take care of.
A favor that he asked us to do. It has the potential to get a bit dicey.
It has a ridiculous reward, though.
Go change, Arthronus.
Alright, I'm leaving. I was staying behind to just... I was quickly getting a drink from behind the bar before I popped up and said that.
Like, this is happening, like, in like a common area, and he like pokes his head out, and like he's changing like right next to the door so he can hear everything.
Oh God.
No, probably not.
Ooh,
I mean, if
abs.
there's a suit back there,
Just conveniently placed around the tavern, because you never know when you need a quick change.
Quick
yeah,
change.
look,
Oh God,
that's what I always taught Zam: be ready for everything.
I feel like I've asked this before, but have you seen How I Met Your Mother? Because Othronus is the Barney Stinson of this group.
I take that as both the greatest of compliments and the like Shaggy you challenging me, and I don't know how I feel about this.
I'll have to like send some clips of Barney.
Because I
sometime
remember
later.
seeing that when it was actually coming out, and like I can distinguishly remember Barney, and how many parallels I am drawing is really starting to.
They're adding up.
They are. And it's
Including-
like
Actually, you know what? The relationship between Othronus and Celia does, now that I think about it, kind of remind me of
Robin,
the
right?
relationship between Robin and Barney.
yeah, and I'm trying to think. Jesus, this what? I didn't plan this.
Is Cordelia somehow Ted, Lily, and Marshall all wrapped into one?
I'm trying to think because I don't know, and it's possible.
Anyway,
Oh God.
where do we leave off? I think Chanza had asked, or I know you can handle yourself, but just wanting to check in. Are you happy to pursue this?
She pauses again at that question.
Damn, Chanza, stop asking me if
I
this
know,
is what I
Chanza,
want.
I need you to stop making me question my own life choices right now.
Let me be like finicky and undecisive a little longer.
Like, I know last time that happened, it didn't turn out well, but this time, I promise it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Is that the sort of thing that you say, or is she still kind of pausing and thinking?
No, she's pausing and thinking. Though it probably will come off something similar.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the right choice to make, but it is the choice we made as a group. And I'm okay following that.
Chanza kind of like reaches to kind of like take your hands in hers. I'd kind of like bring them up to kind of both your like kind of chest height. Do you allow this?
Yes.
Chanza will just kind of pause with a bit of a smile on her face and just kind of go, Celia, that is the best that anyone can hope to do. Make the best choice with the information they have, and hope that they are making the best choice they can. I just be true to what you want. I was waiting to share this with you, but in a few days' time, I think I will need to head back to the settlement. I have been keeping in contact, but I think it is time I checked in with them. I will be back, and I'm not leaving tonight, but I think you are you are ready to be on your own for a time.
Oh no! There is a
But you
look
will
of
not be
devastation on Celia's face.
Oh, poor girl.
Do you start tearing up?
She does.
Chanza will kind of take one of her hands and just kind of caress your cheek and kind of wipe away a bit of a tear. You will not be alone, my child. I will be back soon, and you have people here who can help you to be who you wish to be. Do you say anything to her at the moment?
She will silently nod as she says this. And then she'll let Chanza know, I will be here waiting for when you come back. And thank you for not letting me run away again.
Chanza will go in for a hug.
She'll hug her back.
It will not be for long.
Okay. Okay.
And
She takes in a deep breath and puts a stop to any tears that were coming out.
Dang it, I was gonna say that. It's a rare material.
I have this for you as well, if the need arises. She kind of reaches into kind of a pouch that she has on her and pulls out a kind of silvery white, just kind of slightly larger than a marble size, just orb. Kind of like a cloudy interior. And she says,
What? What was that? Was that the audio messing up?
I think so!
No, that was the spell being chanted, obviously.
Oh my god.
I'm crying. Oh my god, that was so
Oh my gosh, that was wonderful.
That was great.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We can. Did you finish the spell?
When did it cut out? I feel like it happened at a funny time, didn't it?
Oh my gosh.
What
You
happened?
got this recorded, right? You got this recorded?
Yes, it's recorded. This is great.
What happened?
Okay, I'm gonna have to find a way to clip this.
What happened?
Oh my goodness. I'm crying.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay, if you wanted to, you could make a dramatic cliffhanger of a gunshot, and that's the last thing we hear from her.
I was just like, and this is how she finds out that Shanta's been that robot this entire time.
It's like,
Oh,
it drops the polymorph, and you're like, and that's when it gives you the ultimatum. If you ever want to see her again, give us the treasure when you find it.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
Your audio.
It's in running commentary. It's that exact last one.
You just heard me go, Did it linger for a period of time, longer than it should have?
It sputtered
Yeah.
for a little bit there.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard before that? Because I was sharing a whole thing, and I guess I hadn't realized that it happened.
It's like you said And Shanza says that it went into ah.
Okay, that's great timing then.
Couldn't have been more perfect. Oh, goodness.
And Shanza says, "Blah." Blah.
For a split second, I thought, like, is this Underdark? Like gypsy language? What is this?
Right, I thought you were using an audio filter for a second. I was like, Michael hasn't used those ever. So I was confused.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, don't be. That was great.
I was like talking for a flat out minute, like not realizing. I thought that like you guys, I'd heard you guys like started laughing. It's like, wait, what happened? And I thought it was like the GIF Siler had sent, the one before the but the like grasping monkey. It's like, okay, we're finding that very funny then. Oh no, my
Oh
audio.
no, that was just Celia and Shanza as they're doing
Oh
their
yeah,
thing.
the hug.
Oh.
Touching moment, and then this, hilarious audio issue.
Mhm.
I got a clip of that.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Did it show my icon is just lighting up the entire thing that time? Okay, now I gotta watch this clip.
It was just timed so perfectly.
Okay, I heard it there. Okay, I hear it now.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh no.
So freaking funny.
Okay, I'm gonna send that around. That's oh man. Okay, you did hear the cloudy interior. You did get the description for the item though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I got a small orb, white cloudy interior. Shanza,
Sorry.
I'm in the same spot too now. Shanza shares, you can crush this and speak a message to me, and it will relay it to me, and I will help. I will come back as soon as I am able. It's a way of basically, sending a message over to her.
Thanks, Shanza. I appreciate it.
Singing lessons. Oh gosh.
We may need to end a little early just because I think we're not going to be able to focus. Or maybe we can keep going.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we need a moment.
Oh. Oh, it's too perfect. Hold on, I gotta watch the clip again.
Alright, at this point I'm gonna say I come downstairs and I have no idea what's going on. Everyone's just laughing.
Shanza did not make that noise in game.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Oh, that was so perfect.
This moment will live in infamy.
Oh,
Absolutely.
If ever anyone has audio issues, we will know this moment.
That sound, that's what the sound Onyx makes when he realizes he's in front of Pride.
oh, it was so good.
That's him desperately sending like an SOS message to everyone, like with every spell slot he has left.
Oh man. Okay.
This.
Okay.
Okay.
Back in the game. Okay.
Game face.
Okay. Definitely gonna laugh at that some more later, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She will take the orb, thank Janza, and put it safely away in a pouch.
And I'll just basically if you want to take note of that somewhere, it's basically one-time use, sending to specifically Chanda.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll just check in. Is there anything that any of you would wish to do before you head out? It seems like it is, I think at this point, like, about an hour after dark at this point in time in the year. That'd come out to probably about, like, I guess probably more like 7 or 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
Nah, I'm
Yeah,
good.
we've
I
stayed
got
up
my
longer
horses
than
in the
this.
back. Horse tack is attached. My hat is matty black, and I got the boots to match. We're ready to go. Although it's matty
Alright.
brown, but you know.
Oh yeah. You guys back to map Waterdeep.
I'm sorry. As soon as you said that, I went somewhere else completely different.
Old Town Road. Yeah. Alright. So, I'll just use the same blue token icon as before. Yeah. Chanza's gonna stay behind, tend to Zam for the moment, and just kind of hang out at the tavern. She's gonna start getting her stuff ready. Not necessarily gonna be leaving right away, but she'll probably. I think I'll just say that she'll leave sometime the next day. Not entirely certain when.
Packing and babysitting.
Nursing, kind of. Oh, not that type of nursing.
Oh gosh.
She does have a patient.
Well, nursing as in, like, looking after somebody like a nurse would, not breastfeeding. Oh, that's
Alright, last time I checked, there are no babies here, so unless someone like has been keeping a major secret, that's going to be like a bomb later.
I mean, there is the little dragon fellow you got in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's never not with me.
What says it got in its pockets?
He is my equivalent of pocket sand when he learns how to like use his breath weapon properly.
He's gonna outgrow your pockets, relatively quickly.
I don't know that. I think
You don't
the
know
best I
that.
can think is like he's gonna
There's
be
a
those
ant.
cat-sized
Yeah.
dragons,
Checking.
and then like before you know it, he's gonna be like the dog, horse-sized dragons.
Dog, horse, dragon-sized dragon.
Yeah, like he's gonna be like a dog-sized dragon, then a horse-sized dragon, then a dragon-sized dragon.
Yeah, maybe a few steps in between some of those, but yeah. So are you taking? I guess Othronis, if you're kind of leading this, kind of heading to where you saw this figure before. Are you heading like straight back? Is there anywhere you want to check up on before, or anything you want to do, or are you somewhere else?
I don't think, unless anyone else wants to. Is there anything else you guys need to double check on?
Nope.
Any gear you think we might need for this, or anything you want to grab before we head out? The night is
Do we
literally
have
just
a grappling
started.
hook? This guy's a roof hopper, then.
I have my own makeshift grappling hook.
Okay.
I just need you to trust me, okay?
Okay, I trust your arms, Althronis. You can just throw me, you can launch me, shot put me up onto the roof if needs be.
Fast
There
off
you
the
go.
show.
Now you're
Oh my
thinking
god.
it. You're just gonna run at me, and then I'm just gonna put my hand down like I was giving you a boost, but instead of just a normal up, a full shot put it to the roof.
Perfect.
First rule of the fastball special is you don't talk about the fastball special.
Also, I'm grabbing like a few, like we've all got each our own individual ropes, so someone tie theirs to, Cordelia when we send her flying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm just imagining, like, tying, like, a lasso and, like, wrapping one end around Cordelia and just, like, spinning her around above your head.
Well, no, because the point
I
of
don't
that
think
is if I want to get the best kind of toss, then I have to actually throw her. And then, like, I imagine her running around like a pipe or something to tie off the rope before if she forgets to untie herself, when she tries to run back at us, it just gets stopped.
Sorry. So are you heading back to where you had seen the figure before?
Yes. Going, I believe it's the water.
The water?
Whatchamacallit, ward.
Sea Ward.
There it is, Sea Ward.
Alright. Just kind of walking up the roads. I'll just kind of move you over. I guess make me a history or investigation check to kind of remember. I'll give you a +2, just a flat +2 to this one since it's been it was, pretty recently. The kind of roll to see.
Does anyone want to help me with this? Or does anyone want to take it themselves who thinks they're a little better at it than us?
Well, considering you're the one that's leading the charge.
No, I just remembered. I don't think any of us are spec'd into intelligence, are we?
The wizard. But even that.
I don't want to say anything, but
listen, she's got.
I cast my magic based on vibes.
If there was ever like a charisma-based wizard,
yeah,
I'm starting to think she might not know that's what she is.
100%.
I think we had discussed this like before, as like just kind of went and talking character creation. And is it alright if I kind of talk a bit about that? Okay. Celia, again, her kind of build is based around something that we had like talked about before, and this is actually like Forgotten Realms Lord is basically like drow sword dancers of Illustrahi, the kind of god that she is previously. Previously veered, currently not, though maybe that'll change, who knows. But they basically are kind of some drow that live on the surface, that are kind of like these priestesses of this god, and they have like ritualistic sword dancing, and they're generally clerics, but there's not really a good like a perfect fit for like this type of like fighter or like this sort of class as a cleric, but it does fit really well in with Blade Singer Wizard.
Yeah.
I gave her the option of like we can swap out like some rules and like just do kind of something custom, like maybe like Blade Singer like subclass but like on a cleric, or figured out a way to do that, or having her spellcasting ability be like wisdom or charisma, but we just decided it'd be simplest to stick with just standard rules.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely like Celia wise, she does vibes.
I definitely spellcast based on vibes.
That's
based off of vibes.
Yeah.
The vibes were eat shit and die.
The vibes were, how flammable is this motherfucker?
The answer to that, usually always. Pretty flammable.
The vibes were little kid disintegrating ants with a magnifying glass.
Yep, those are her vibes.
Yes.
that as bad as that is, you're not pouring like any of the lighter fluid over there and just watching it.
No, that's no fun.
One
Yes,
by one.
standards.
Also, it's not safe. That shit blew my arm hair off.
There's a reason Celia has short hair.
It wasn't always that length.
Like, I assume you wouldn't be dumb enough to like pour it over the open flame and leave the bottle halfway unscrewed, so instead of blowing up in your hand, it takes off like a rocket.
Whoosh.
And and douses like an entire little, like 5-6 foot little thing in fire that happens to catch somebody's arm.
That was
That's what we
very
call
fun to watch.
Napalm. Kind of.
I mean, it was the coolest makeshift rocket I've ever seen, but still, fuck that.
Oh yeah.
I will help you with your roll, Arthronus.
Thank you. I got a 13. Wait, are you doing your own roll or am I doing it twice?
You do it twice. I'm gonna try and help you remember where we kind of walked to.
So here's the thing. Like, we're trying to start talking about how it happened, and unintentionally he starts getting just a little bit closer to you and smiling while he's remembering everything. And the second roll was like a 4.
I'm a distraction.
Yeah, no, he just starts just reminiscing a bit in his head before he snaps out of it and says, no, but I think, again, 13. It's this way.
I think with the 13, you're kind of able to get back into. But you're definitely able to like get back into like the area, and you're kind of snooping around in that direction. I think with a 13, you are kind of drawn to this back towards the main road, or one of the main roads of this Flint Street, kind of up a bit, and your eyes are caught by the architecture in the Sea Ward. Again, is quite nice. But this building definitely kind of stands out on just the view of this ward. Let me pull something up. Sorry. This building, it's like this cross between a temple and a workshop. And this does appear to be the temple of God, that I think you all would at least recognize the symbol as that of Gond. There's a kind of a symbol of a toothed cog with 4 spokes displayed kind of prominently kind of across the front of this building. And roll perception checks if I can get each and every one of you.
Okay. Ooh.
15.
16.
21.
Damn. All right. So the 3 of you, you all kind of see, looking up above this building, the silhouette, once again, of a humanoid shape perching on the rooftop. You actually see it extend an arm, releasing something. What actually, kind of begins to fall and actually kind of, move, adjust its flight path. This tiny metal sparrow. It actually kind of loops around a few times, and you actually notice this figure does not appear to be looking at you at the moment. Kind of loops around in the air almost freely. And that's when it's veers down and right towards the 3 of you. I could get everybody to roll. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna do the whole slowly point at that thing, but I guess we're about to get.
Oh, I mean, there was like a moment here, like kind of as it's just kind of fluttering around. Do you say anything then?
Without being too loud, I try to get everybody's attention by just like a slight hem, and then just point at what I can see.
Yeah. I will note,
I'll
like,
look up in time to see it dive bomb us. Got it.
yeah, especially being early evening. It's definitely brisk right now, I will say as well. So you guys are probably in, some warm weather wear. But yeah, this metal sparrow veers right towards you. Everybody roll a dexterity save.
How big is the sparrow?
About sparrow-sized.
Okay, so is it like a sparrow-sized metal sparrow?
Yeah. Sparrow-sized metal sparrow.
This sounds weird. If I intentionally fail this, could I try to make an attack of opportunity if it's trying to do a flyby?
I'm doing actually how I'm ruling this is there's a I'm ruling it differently than what they have in the the encounter sort of thing here. But you can roll a dex save depending on what that is whether you act first in this case, or who acts before this thing.
I've been rolling too well in this. This is not going to be good when I start actual. That was a 19.
13.
13. Okay. I think Cordelia, I think that 10 is not going to make it. Celia, I think you are just able to get by before this thing if Othronus just does not kind of stop it. So, Othronus, it is kind of veering towards you. You have an opportunity to do something here.
Sparrow-sized sparrow, right?
Yeah, about bird-sized. About like less jokingly, it's about like a little less than like a foot long. I would say, I guess, wingspan. So not too big.
And it looks like it's coming at us or just passing us.
You're not entirely certain in this split second. You're not certain if it's like directed towards you, like it's attacking you, or if it just like a paper airplane, like just kind of like had a weird veering turn that just like had it plummet straight towards the ground.
Well, I hope this doesn't make an enemy out of anybody, but I'm going to try and catch it. This, I don't know if this you'd be considering this like a grapple or not, but that's what I'm going to try, and if I can, I'll try and rage.
Yeah. I think, and I'll let you know, I think this is... I guess let's just rule this grapple. You can roll... I'll give you the opportunity to roll dexterity as well, but otherwise it's strength.
No, yeah, for this one it'd be
I'll say, yeah, just blast strength. Oh, yeah. And then it's gonna kind of roll as well. Or I'll roll as well. See what it gets. So you can... Oh my god. So what do you get? Othronus.
We lost.
I rolled. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That was a 9. It was 4. That's a 13.
I was just planning on doing a flat roll for this thing, not giving it any sort of modifier.
I thought we were doing a grapple thing.
Oh yeah, but it's contested.
Isn't that what a grapple is, though? Or am I thinking of something else?
Oh yeah, no, it's like a contested check. So you rolled athletics. I rolled basically dexterity, but I wasn't.
Yeah, like
giving it any
acrobatics or dex.
bonuses. I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, but you got a nat 20. That thing like bulleted either past me or through me.
Yeah, you like kind of cup your hands, and it like veers just like past it, so it like threads the needle through your arm.
I try to do like the mini bird cage, and it just passes perfectly through.
Yes. Celia, you can go ahead if you have anything that you wish to do before this thing lands on somebody, or dives into something, or somebody, or whatever happens here.
Or it's a cool
Don't
message
know my
spell,
word.
and it just flies away.
Can
It's literally just a
Alright,
reusable paper bird.
so can I try to use Volo Snatch on it? Is this thing small enough?
Metal bird is better.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna try it.
All right.
It is gonna need a dex save.
Dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
That was a 13.
Okay, no, that beats it, so then nothing happens. That's fine.
I will. Here, let me actually roll for this, because I honestly may have. Because it's a strength, right? Or is it dex?
Dex saving throw or strength saving throw? Their choice. I'm assuming that because I'm using since it doesn't really say what to do for an object that's moving, it just says I could bring an object, and if it's a creature, then they would need to make, and if the creature's holding something, they would need to make a dex save or a strength save to prevent it from being taken. I don't know how this would work with a sentient being thing.
Let me look up the. Let me find, because I know we had it saved and pinned. I'm just gonna find the thing. Check the wording. Man, it buried. There we go. Okay. Choice of range. And tiny object. You can see within my range. Caster's fist. Right towards the caster's hand. Sorry, I'm just reading over this. Actually, yeah, with this, it would not need to make a save. It just works.
Cool. I just worked. Okay, cool.
I'll let you describe. Actually, since it is moving, I'll have you roll a check. With just roll your spell attack bonus.
17.
Yeah, no, you do it. So I will let you describe kind of how this goes. This is kind of like thread the needle past Othronus.
Yeah, as it's kind of weaving through Othronus, she's just going to reach out, and this silvery purple mist just kind of wraps around it and yanks it towards her hand.
Yeah. It's literally yoink, the spell.
Yoink.
Yeah, you kind of snatched this. It looks like it was about to kind of plummet into Cordelia. You're gonna get a chance to save, but
Question: what are the word Accio?
Oh, I should.
Does she?
I should. Oh, God.
How much of a Harry Potter nerd is Celia?
She wouldn't be. That's the thing. She wouldn't be a Harry Potter nerd.
And how much of one are you?
Oh, a lot. A lot. I think the verbal component is literally just yoink.
Nice. Accio yoink.
Perfect.
Perfect. Next.
The artificer version of this is like an automatic grappling hook that you can just say a word to get it back, like click back.
Oh, am I picturing like Go-Go Gadget arms just reaching out?
Yeah, like those extendable like claw arms.
Yeah.
you have toys of as a
It
kid.
looks for a second like it's a gun with a fist on it until it just busts out like a go-go gadget art and just grabs something and comes back.
Great.
I mean, it's basically just like Neris's arm, or like one of the functions of Neris's arm.
Oh. But yeah, now she has a mechanical bird in her hand.
Nice.
It takes Orthodox a second to realize he didn't capture his. And, like, he looks in his hand cage and sees like there's nothing in it.
I caught it.
All right. I mean, you can go on and continue the interaction. Sorry.
Excellent.
You caught it.
Is it doing anything in my hand?
Let me actually roll for this.
Are we being looked at by the person who sent it?
Okay, I rolled for this mechanical bird. And it is kind of like whirring a little bit, but it's slowing down. You kind of look and examine this thing a bit, and it looks like it was kind of like it's a pretty delicate item, so you think that maybe the yoinking and like the grabbing it didn't do
I broke
well
it.
with like the kind of like, because I think like it's like you like yoinked it as it was like kind of flying towards Cordelia past you. So I think like it got whiplash. I rolled a save and it only had 1 hit point. Literally just 1 hit point. So I think it's still in decently good condition. It's like this kind of clockwork sparrow. It's like a mixture of like origami-esque design, like simplistic, like kind of shapes. It's almost a little. It's pretty. Like this is something that seems like it was whoever made this took pride in it.
Ooh. Okay, so hopefully we don't meet the owners, because I definitely broke his bird.
Elthronis, I think you were looking back up to see what had happened. I think you kind of see this figure who was not watching you before kind of look back down and like kind of hunched over, like squatting over, and like shortly after you kind of look up, it's still just a silhouette, but it kind of like turns back and like
How
disappears
far?
from view. Like this building? How tall is this building?
Yeah, like how far is like the silhouette from us? Like we looking at it from like across the street? Like is it like 3 stories up across the street? Like how far?
Does it say the number of stories? Okay, I'm just gonna make my own decision here. Sorry, checking some stuff because I don't want to perjure myself. I'm gonna say 4 stories, and you're kind of a bit a ways across the street, though pretty close to being underneath the building. You're like 20 feet away from the entranceway here to the building.
All right, so we can sneak if we want.
Sorry, I heard all right, and then my internet cut out for a split second.
Yes, everybody mark that on the bingo card.
I mean, we've already had connectivity issues, but not. I mean, I don't know. Is there a specific one for like just full on cutting out?
I think full on cutting out is a different one between audio issues.
Cool. Bingo.
Okay. We have a winner.
Oh, we have bingo?
Just counting down the
I was
ones on the
just-
sheets.
Yeah, because I know that's probably more confusing. I was just saying bingo because just chanting bingo.
I thought you won, sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, I will let everybody know that there's the person was over there and is possibly squatting on his left.
Yeah, he is kind of gone back out of sight. Do you enter the building? Do you attempt to climb the outside? Do you call the police?
How do you guys want to commit this?
Listen, we're already here. Let's just go full out.
Sounds like fun. Do we want to try and climb up? Do you want to toss up a Cordelia? How do we want to do this?
Toss up a Cordelia.
I think it's toss up the Cordelia.
You see somebody walk out of the door, it is unlocked. But no,
option's still there, guys.
Yeah, we could
this is
still
an
toss
open
up
world.
the Cordelia.
Chuck the Cordelia. I mean,
The stealth
are you really
route
gonna pass
is
up?
always an option.
Are you really going to pass up an opportunity to throw a halfling?
Have to toss me.
Toss me. Don't tell the elf.
Oh, that poor bastard. I remember the beard scene.
Wait, so does someone really come out of the door?
Okay. No, yeah, somebody. You actually look, and they don't seem to be paying you much mind. You kind of get the impression that like this is just a fairly public space, or at least the.
Okay, just double checking. They're like they don't have any Zentral
lobby or
markers,
whatever.
right?
Roll an investigation check into this person.
That's what I thought. An 11. I knew it was going to be.
11. All right. I don't think you'd pick up too much. Doesn't seem like a hardened criminal, but you never know.
This guy might just trench coat off. He's full of tattoos and weapons and just the ugliest smile. Who knows?
Was anybody else? I think I'll actually the kind of interaction kind of may have like caught your attention, but at this moment I'll also prompt if anybody would like to roll religion to see what they would know about this sort of temple. I'll kind of prompt that check for anybody who wishes.
Sure. I don't think it's much, but I could roll.
If I can assist, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, a natural 20.
Oh, nice. And I'll also prompt if anybody, like Cordelia, if you wanted to roll or if you're just kind of listening on what Celia's got.
I'll listen to the expert of the group. Thank you very much.
Okay.
The religion nut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Is that established?
Religion, day in, day out.
Is
Gosh.
that... Oh God, is that established?
I mean, I
How
think she's the
long have
one-
I been gone?
No. Celia, you are you're kind of like looking at this, and I think it takes you back to I think one of the places that you had visited many years ago at this point, during your time with the carnival, the Sea Mains Fair. It was actually an island out off the Sword Coast, a ways west. One of the places that you had visited a handful of times during your time there. It was fairly standard sort of population, but you did notice there was a temple that had a similar icon, and you knew the god that the island the people on the island primarily worshipped was similarly gone. The island's name was Lantan, and the god, Gond, is the god of crafting and kind of building, and various types of enchanting and artifice.
Ah. Yeah, she'll relay that to the group.
Including
Sounds
the
like a god of
lantern.
treasure to me.
Oh, that's
God
right.
of treasure?
There was this island and this temple. They worship this god who liked to build things. Yeah.
Oh, the builder.
Yeah, like that.
You would also, I think, recognize that the island was actually, like, it was pretty commonplace there for, some interesting and creative amenities. Honestly, some of them didn't always work all that well, but then you'd have some things that were worked really well. Some things that were like very odd, specific uses, and it's like, why would you need that to make that slightly easier?
So they had this thing. It was just this big pool of hot water with bubbles in it. It was amazing.
You got to experience a jacuzzi.
Best thing I've ever been in.
I'm not even refuting that. No, there probably was a jacuzzi.
This storytelling in a nutshell.
What would you all like to do at this point?
So do you want to throw Cordelia, or are we just walking in the front door?
I'm honestly good with either. I'm just saying the person we came to look for is specifically on the roof. I don't know if there's a roof entrance inside.
Cordelia, you want to get thrown to the roof and then let us know if there's a way up?
And Cordelia just straightens up and does a little salute. Aye, Miss Celia.
Double checking. Would 50 feet of hemp rope get us all the way to the top of the roof? Like, how many stories is this temple?
I think the sorry, thinking. I think I'll just also say that you walk back, one of you maybe as you're contemplating this, one of you walks back a couple paces and you're able to get a bit of a better view. And you don't see the thing, the person, creature, whatever this thing is, but you do see that there are that does appear to be a window that looks like it would open on the roof. You're not certain if it has locks or what, safety measures would be in place, but it does appear that there is some entrance/exit that this thing may have gone through. Or past, who knows?
Or it's a decoy and they're still roof hopping.
Or it's a sticker that it's using to cover up, something it doesn't actually open.
You guys have never, all it takes is a silent image, and that's just an image of a window. It's just standing there clinging to the wall waiting for us to leave. Then it drops down like a ninja and then just walks away.
It is the window. It turned itself into a window. It's Window Rick. So sorry.
Okay, I don't know why, but everything for the last 5 minutes just reminded me of something I did.
No.
It was the closing, it was the epilogue of one of my more successful rogues. That was essentially a temple heist, which is something he planned out ahead of time, and that's how he proposed for his end game. That's what they found, the treasure he quote unquote asked her to help steal.
stole a ring and gave it to her?
Sort of. Because he actually found an actual like ruin with traps and stuff that had to disarm and everything.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It was great until like it just went completely foobar because there was one trap no one knew about that was actually taking the temple like a self-destruct thing.
No, fun. Self-destruct.
Yeah, no, it was a great proposal until they had the Indiana Jones exit out of it.
GTFO, one might say.
Kind of that, or like what am I thinking? Uncharted. Like I think that kind of like just a bad, just run out of a temple. Oh God, I hope I'm not blamed for destroying that temple.
Why am I almost imagining him like trying to propose as they're running?
Well, here's the thing. They only caught there halfway because apparently the box had always been empty because they assumed there was always something out. Apparently putting something in there and then taking it out is what triggered it. Yeah. But no one had ever done that, so...
Sorry. I think...
Yep, all good.
I think we can hold this here, and you guys can kind of decide next time whether you want to enter the building, see what's inside, or whether you want to try scaling the side of this on. I will also add a not empty street, so there would definitely be people seeing you do this.
We'll just pass it off as a carnival.
I'm just trying to say, like, do you guys want to go like stealthing over this guy, or do you guys want to go into the temple for the god of arts and crafts?
Well, we can mull over that.
The god of arts and crafts. I will also say, you could also, one of them you can do and then leave the other one to do after, depending on how things go.
We can always split the party.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, this was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Almost touched by how much we got done.
Woo, progress.
Guys, we have not. No, let me not say that. That'd be a complete lie. We didn't procrastinate as much or go off on other tangents.
We were down for like a good 15 minutes because we couldn't stop laughing, but
that is also true.
That was unavoidable.
But this was
honestly,
fun.
Yeah. Glad we got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I will prepare next week for whether you go inside or try to scale the building.
That's fair.
Heck
Guys,
yeah.
I just want to say, for next week, you all still have the inspiration that no one had. I don't know if anyone remembered they had, but you all still do. If and when you decide or choose to use it. And also, just because I set you guys up on this thing doesn't mean you can't abandon them completely and follow this new group. I just want to tell you there's never not a bad decision in this. Except dying. There's never not a wrong choice. You guys can literally just cut your losses with these people, maybe like exchange some info with people you want to keep in contact with, and just follow the new guys, or stick with this one. It's all on you guys. Whatever you
I'm definitely like almost a little frustrated. It's like I love the idea.
I
of
said that because I knew it would screw with you guys.
I know. But this character is like generally antisocial and not like the let's just go strike up casual conversation with people. Just met. Very
they were trained in a job, and it's hard to let go of that job.
Especially with that job.
Well, y'all have a good night, and thank you for hosting, Michael.
Yeah.
And for making us all laugh.
I'm
it was a
definitely gonna watch
great
that.
and amazing.
Gonna watch that like 15 times.
Oh, so good.
Well, take care, guys.
Oh.
Have a wonderful day tomorrow.
Good night.
I hope you have a nice night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.